Hey Taurus, I have a reading here on my table for you today. I prefer to shuffle off camera so that I can see the big picture, so that I can see all of your cards as a cohesive message. Plus, it's loud and nobody likes to sit through shuffling, so, or at least I don't. I guess I shouldn't speak for everyone, but, anyways. So what that gave me is the Three of Wands in reverse as your overall energy, clarified by the Two of Earth. In this Three of Wands, I think that, let me just start by saying, again, I like to see these as a cohesive message. We've got the Three of Wands in reverse here as your overall message, and then we have it in the upright in your future placement. So I think that there is definitely a progression here of turning this right side up, right? So turning it, I don't want to say in the positive direction, but turning it, let's just say turning it around. There's something you're turning around here. And it shows in the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, there's two ways tarot readers tend to look at it. Either that there's like a waiting of your ships coming in, or there's a putting out of your ships. So in other words, a sowing of seeds, I guess you could say. Like there's something in the forefront of your mind that maybe you have. So with the two, right, there's decisions, there's paths that you can take. Well, in the three, the decision or the path has been chosen. The decision has been made, the path has been chosen. And then there's this sowing of the seeds. There's this direction or action being taken in the direction that you've chosen. But we have it in the reverse here. And so I think that just implies that there's a lack of the action being taken. I do think there's been a decision. I think you know what you want to do in whatever area of life this reading is about. But I think that there's no action being taken as of yet. Okay? But again, I see that we have a reversal, an upright here in our future placement. A reversal meaning like we reverse the energy, right? So it's paired with the Two of Earth, and I think that the cause of this lack of movement, this lack of action, is in relation to something that needs to be balanced out. In this card here, we have two men making a trade. A lamb for, I guess that's a lamb, for money. In one man's hand, we have the money, the bag, or it's what I assume is money. This is a Pentacles card. So, and he's trading for this lamb, it appears. It actually looks like a butcher, sort of. No, almost definitely. I think he even has blood on his boots. So I think we have a farmer trading a lamb to this butcher, or I guess selling him the lamb. So I think that what this is saying is that there's a trade you're going to have to make. There's a or that you are making, maybe. Yeah, there's a trade-off. So whatever the lack of action is implying, there's a trade-off to that lack of action. There's, it could be an energy trade-off. It could be a money trade-off. It could be, like, for example, if this is in relation to a job, and you're not taking action on this job. Say you've got a job offer or a job idea or, a passion project idea that could potentially make you some money. Or it may not have to do with money at all. It could be just energy. Maybe it would amplify your energy. It would give you purpose, whatever that is. And that's kind of what I'm leaning toward, is not necessarily a passion project, but something that you are passionate about, because we do have the wands suit here. But whatever it is that you're not moving on, there's a trade-off. And it could be, again, your energy. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say about that. There's a trade-off. In your past position, we have the Temperance in reverse. Here, I feel like this trade-off has been linked to some... I don't like always using the word imbalance, but I mean, that's essentially what it is, right? The Temperance in reverse is imbalance. But I think that it's more akin to something that you are doing without moderation. I think you're lacking moderation here in your past position. This could be anything. It doesn't feel like it has a super addictive quality. Perhaps it's just rest. Maybe you're resting too much rather than, acting on whatever this is. I don't know what this is for you, but there's something that you're doing that, or were doing, that needed moderation. And I say that, well, because it's the Temperance card, but also in the Ten of Air that's clarifying it, my eye immediately was drawn to this footprint in the background. And I think whatever it is that you aren't taking with moderation, it's causing a footprint, meaning it's affecting other people. And being that it's the Ten of Swords, I think it's affecting other people negatively. Like, it's not just affecting you. Was past position. I think whatever it was that you weren't taking in moderation, doing in moderation, was causing a negative effect on other people or other energies or other, I want to say it's other minds because of the air aspect to it. Maybe it was causing, maybe you weren't physically causing harm, but maybe it was, stressing people out, making them worry, that sort of thing. So that brings us to your current position, where we have the Eight of Cups. I can see that you are, whatever this lack of moderation is implying, whatever it's talking about, you're walking away from it. And you, with the King of Pentacles, are finding stability, and you're grounding in, I want to say, you're grounding in your hopes. Your hopes, your dreams, harmony. Like you're finding all these things in grounding, in being stable, in stabilizing this thing that you're walking away from. This, and I don't feel like you're walking away from the thing. I think you're walking away from the lack of moderation. I think what it is you are finding here in your current position that balance, that stability with the King of Pentacles. And I think that it's bringing you peace and equilibrium. While this isn't technically, it's not the Justice card, it's while it's not the Justice card, I still see like the aspect you know, of equilibrium with the 2 cups here. I'm going to look at the Justice card in this deck. It is called Equilibrium, I believe. Yeah. It came out in the Aries reading just a moment ago. I feel like this is where you're at. You're at that balancing of the heart and mind. And maybe not only your heart and mind. Maybe this is having an impact on those around you, right? But I think with it comes peace. Peace of mind. So, okay, in your future placement, you have Judgment and the 3 of Fire, this time in the upright. So I don't want to use the phrase call to judgment, or call, yeah. But I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's a judgment call. But also, you know, very similarly to the Aries reading, I'm seeing these 2 different cats here as an integration of, my dog is snoring in the background, I apologize, but as an integration of your light and shadow. And I mean, isn't that sort of what a wake-up call is? A judgment call, an awakening is, you know, that realization of there's more to this than just me. I think there is some sort of wake-up call in your future, though. And it doesn't feel like a tower. It doesn't feel like a sudden realization so much as just waking up, you know, waking up to more than the 3D. There's more out there than just what this 3D life has to offer. And I don't think you could have gotten there without walking away from the imbalance that was in your past and stabilizing your present moment and finding peace here. I think that this was an integral, it was the most important step that you could have taken. So then we, you know, in your future, we have the wake up call, you could call it an awakening. I feel like in life that we go through many awakenings. We experience many awakenings, and maybe this is just another one for you. It might be your first, I don't know, but it could be another one for you. But with this waking up, with this awareness, I think that I would like to call it this awareness that there's more than just me, there's more than just you, which, because these readings right now, it's what I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but I'm doing what your constellation is trying to tell you, what your constellation wants you to know. And I sort of am inclined to say that this judgment here is, as I said, an integration of like your light and shadow, right? For me personally, our shadow is hidden within all the zodiac signs, all the constellations. And perhaps this is one of those that you need to integrate. Anyways, in doing this, I think that that's what turns your 3 of Wands into the upright. I think that you're finally able here in your future placement to act on whatever this passion is, whatever this path is that you chose and haven't made strides toward. I think this is you making those strides. So I'm going to get one more card, an oracle card from Between Worlds. It's my current favorite. I like the messages. They're short and very direct. My dog sneezed, in case you're wondering. They tend to wrap up these readings very nicely. So we have the Valley of Annihilation. All right, Valley of Annihilation. A Valley of Annihilation is the last of the valleys in the conference of the birds before the group of birds reaches their destination. Yeah, I mean, that's really what this is. This is like kind of like the last straw, right? Like, yeah, I feel like it's the last straw in your past position. It's a place of purification, which is your current energy, right? With the star. Let me start that over. The Valley of Annihilation is the last of the valleys in the conference of the birds before the group of birds reaches their destination. It is a place of purification, a journey towards quieting the ego and loosening old patterns and identities. This card asks that you surrender yourself to silence, that you become the ocean. It offers among its many mysteries that you escape, die, and begin a life anew. I mean, that's the judgment. My dog is being so loud. I am so sorry. That's the judgment, though, where you, well, escape, die, and begin life anew. You know, it says, this card asks that you surrender yourself to silence, that you become the ocean. If you look in this star card, there's this ocean beneath her that she's pouring herself into. I mean, that's exactly what it is, right? In your current position, you are surrendering yourself to silence, that you become the ocean. You're quieting that thing in your past that was your holdup. You're silencing it. It says this card may refer to places of deep introspection, sleep, or even altered state of consciousness. Fascinating. Okay, Taurus. Sorry about the dog at the end, but that is what I have for you. And I do have some changes coming eventually, but I have a pile of wood behind me that is making that a little bit difficult. So anyways, I'll continue to do zodiac readings, but they won't be as often as previously. So I'm sorry, my brain is not working and it's very early this morning. Anyways, that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope to see you back next time. Bye.